That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
Put hands on you, give you real black eyes. And that's the truth. I've had about enough of your shit.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing else.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
You know, you've truly lost your path when Ice Cube, the author of No Vaseline, interrupts his lavish performance to make fun of you. However, instead of just mocking Cube, Aries Spears went for his entire legacy. On Big Boys, Neighborhood Aries made it clear that Cube was a bad actor and rapper. That is something Cube would not ignore. Aries is unimportant, unfunny, and not even close to ranking in the top 10 of black comedies, he replied. Naturally, 50 Cent discovered it later, as you are fully aware. 50 Cent is happiest when he makes fun of someone who is already depressed. What had started off as just another slow stretch swiftly turned left. Big Boy was discussing lists of conflict themes and rapper rankings. It was a normal barbershop conversation, nothing particularly complicated. But Aries Spears, who is an Aries, was completely lost. When Ice Cube's name was called, Aries didn't hesitate.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now? Or?
ChatGPT claims that his earlier remarks were merely a warm-up. However, it didn't stop there. Today was a good day. One of the most well-known West Coast tunes in hip-hop history was one of Ice Cube's most enduring singles. By completely disregarding the song as if it weren't a cultural staple, he minimized its importance and weakened decades of appreciation for it.
I don't think that one of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I'm gonna shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
By laughing it off, Big Boy's co-host even tried to defuse the situation. But Aries had no intention of surrendering. He furthered his defamation by mimicking Ice Cube by posing as a doctor. It soon grew awkward, and the audience became silent when he eventually delivered the punchline, if you can call it that.
He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thing.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is...
No one else smiled. But Aries chuckled as if he had just told the best joke of the year. Aries Spears had clearly gone well beyond what was appropriate. This was not just fun teasing, and the atmosphere was stifling. The co-hosts were uncomfortable as Big Boy attempted to shift the topic, but Aries persisted in doubling down as like he had something to prove. Everyone thought he would just ignore it, but he went one step farther and made
Not the greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics spitter.
apart from his derogatory comments.
He disregarded the whole West Coast, which is the easiest method to be barred from this region.
The fact that Aries understood exactly what he was doing made it even odd. This was not an unforeseen slip. Rather, it was a well-planned one.
Comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, you know, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list, right? I don't ever put Pac up there with the top.
GPT stated, opposition was immediate. I love Aries' skill, but Ice Cube slandered. Remarked one admirer. That's not allowed. When talking about Pac or Cube's lyrical skills, this renders Aries unreliable, someone else said. He is just angry that when the West Coast took control in the 1980s and 1990s, New York lost its clout. When someone like Aries spews hate, the legends typically don't even bother to respond. Most of the time, they disregard it and continue. But not right now. Ice Cube responded in a very unique way. He did more than just give the clap back.
Saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing else.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he...
Cube ignored Aries Spears' whole career in addition to defending himself. Without waiting to trade insults, he went straight for the target and questioned Aries' entire legacy. several remarks or insults were made. In essence, Cube said that
He
Aries
said,
What'd he say?
he said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. And I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register. Whatever.
Cube knew exactly what he was doing because he has played this game a lot. He has been a rock star from the start, having written for NWA, released one of the greatest diss tracks ever, created classic songs like Friday, and started the Big Three League from the ground up. Ice Cube's resume makes it obvious. But that viral video wasn't the end of it. Aries Spears later appeared on Vlad TV and reiterated all of his claims after being ridiculed.
You had some words about Ice Cube recently.
You know, Willie D called me.
Okay.
I was in Louisville, Kentucky. And this, I love Willie D, that's my man. But this called me like I disrespected his mama. He was like, Aries, man, you don't understand what Ice Cube done did for the culture, man, and hip hop. Why you say? And I go, Willie, it's a subjective opinion. I'm allowed to not like Ice Cube. I know, man.
3 apparently. Aries thought that one blow to
Anything Ice Cube's done?
Nothing. Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let's start with the rap. The Police. You don't think that's a classic song?
It's classic because of what it represents in terms of black struggle symbolism and what black people have gone through with the police historically. It's the song that makes you go, yeah! Yeah, I get how it can touch your emotions, but it don't do nothing for me.
Aries didn't know that Ice Cube had already passed this stage. While all of this was happening in his lavish residence, 50 Cent might have been watching the videos on his phone. When Aries decided to attack him as well, things quickly.
What do you think about 50 Cent's acting ability overall?
This is what I think about it. He did a movie with Sylvester Stallone where it was about them in these prisons that were like cubes. You know what I mean? And he played a computer tech. You know what separated 50 Cent from 50 Cent the rapper to the computer tech actor?
Glasses?
Now I'm a computer tech.
Then, as usual, he responded in his own style when everyone assumed that 50 would ignore it. The shadow was visible in a video he posted, but no names were given. It was subtle, petty, funny all 50. His followers immediately recognized the person he called insane. The only time he But why 50 were involved in this mess in the first place is the issue? For the straightforward reason that 50 is still busy and scheduled. Petty drama shouldn't even be on his mind, except from running his alcohol business, landing TV deals, producing series like Power and BMF, and going on tour, but this was more than just internet chit-chat. Sometimes people forget that 50 and Ice Cube have a long history of mutual respect. Cube was one of the first Hollywood pioneers to co-sign the 1950s film career before anybody else did.
Ice Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music.
And movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
Comedian 50 Cent despises people like Aries because they are loud, aggressive, and unoriginal. It is the type of energy that 50 enjoys igniting. He was ablaze. He pulled up with bars and said, "Check my temperature. I'm pretty chilly. My chest's left hood became cold. Need help with your bills?" He interrupted quietly. "I'll write you a kind of suggestion. Could result in a romantic contract for you." Aries started to feel the heat at that point. Feeling cornered, he threw himself into another tantrum.
I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that.
Stop there. Aries went on to say that Cube's answer was important.
Somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
Things only got worse after Aries Spears completely ruined his own case. He quickly altered his tone and said that he respected Ice Cube as a man, despite his derogatory.
For the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers, so hats off to him.
Aries Spears had failed at his own case. The matter just got more difficult. He claimed that Ice Cube had never achieved anything significant in his career and that he was a terrific man. It's like praising someone and then ignoring their whole legacy at the same time. It was ambiguous and harsh. Fans saw right through his attempt to backpedal while continuing to cast shadows, and he was scolded for it. Although he had already destroyed the bridge, Aries tried to seem as though he hadn't lit the match.
Said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny, people call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something as though I don't have love for anything.
Opinion. It is a blatant contradiction. As a result, after the reaction started, many were upset with Aries Spears for having a strong viewpoint and also humiliated him for playing the victim and altering his mind. You cannot shoot and expect to be shocked. When someone shoots back with the same intensity, a person stated. After that skit, sure, have your say, someone else said. No, you're not genuine. An ice cube was formed by one of the men. But what really affected him was the reminder of his troubled past. It was then that this quarrel ceased to be a mere joke. I Want to Return to Tiffany had Dish. In 2022. Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish were the targets of a tense lawsuit based on grooming allegations. The argument stemmed from a revived comedy sketch in which a toddler is left alone with a predatory adult character, played by Aries. Everyone felt concerned because of the act's sinister tone and the way the camera remained focused on the baby. What was supposed to be satire, but felt way too real, caused a storm.
Oh yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the, I gotta run some air. I need to go to the cleaners and I should be coming back. Okay?
All right, baby.
Thank you.
At that time, it was in a It immediately attracted criticism. Twitter went nuts after the Shade Room posted the video not a good look. Even though the matter was ultimately resolved and the video was removed from the internet, Aries' reputation suffered. Outrage like this endures, especially when children are involved. What was the answer from Aries? Instead of being silent, he instantly went back to Vlad TV as if nothing had.
Tiffany's still good.
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't hold anything against you in terms of.
I mean, you know,
she participated in the whole thing, so it's not like she could. But I'm just saying, you know how people get.
Yeah, we good. We good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there gonna be a point where you could talk about this?
You know, I told you when that point comes, you know, you go.
Aries Spears started to show up on Vlad TV more often than Vlad. He would often go on rants about how he should be on par with Kevin Hart and lament being blackballed. As soon as fans saw it, it became commonplace. Aries was more talkative than productive. Instead of fresh comedy specials or acting parts, his name was usually linked to controversy, ongoing problems, or feuds. He was more concerned with attention than with success. Beyond the outbursts and interviews, a pattern emerges. Several former cast members said that
equation will never be satisfied. Why? Because some other motherfucker will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And then some other motherfucker will come around and have as talented as you, or possibly more, and then you're gonna get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want,
Wait a minute.
but not what's in your presence.
According to ChatGPT, Aries Spears is undeniably talented, captivating before an audience, and memorable. In actuality, though, he never had his Chappelle moment. Such a missed chance could lead to anger. Now let's go on to the second query. Why didn't Aries prevail in this conflict? Because criticizing Ice Cube would be tantamount to assaulting a cultural icon. In addition to being a rapper, Cube is a movement. No Vaseline is one of the top 3 diss songs ever produced. Friday changed black comedy by developing characters that are now part of the culture. The Big Three's league. NBA players now co-sign. For a basketball company that was founded from the ground up and is fully operational, Ice Cube was still a teenager. When he began ghostwriting for artists such as Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and MC Ren, is it a sign of Aries? A few. Powerful stand-up routines and mad TV parodies are among his most well-known endeavors. As a result, when he attacked Cube on a podcast, his attempt to get international attention through controversy backfired. Fans instantly sided with Cube without question. This is the worst. In a trailer for the highly anticipated Final Friday movie, Cube disclosed the cast and Aries Spears' absence. Even though it might not seem like much, fans took that to be a direct message. Aries will never be given significant roles. Know of how many impersonations he does. In the end, Aries wanted to go